Hi, church. I'm Tim Kuns. Lately, we've had to find new ways to do ordinary things. This includes how we do church. Today, sermons and worship are conducted with the help of smartphones and video streaming. Fellowship, youth ministry, and small groups are all made possible with the help of Zoom sessions on our computers. Many of us would not have known what a Zoom meeting was 6 months ago. And yet, here we are in this new world, learning new ways to be a church. This week, while watching Scott deliver his sermon from his living room, I was struck with the thought that this is what it must have been like for the early church. The apostles didn't invite people to come to church. Believers invited Paul and the apostles and Jesus into their homes. For the early Christians, being Christian started at home. Today, we often substitute going to church for living life as a Christian on a daily basis. Jesus put it bluntly, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me." I'm thankful for our church building, and I miss the times spent there in worship, learning from God's word, and fellowship with my church family. But we don't go to church, to the building, to be Christians. We are Christians every day, wherever we go, especially at home. Consider this. There were no church buildings or worship centers in the first century when the church began. Most of the time, Jesus met with his followers in their homes. The apostles and Paul conducted their ministries in homes, public places, and rented buildings. The word we translate church in the New Testament is the word ekklesia in Greek, which means those who are called out. When early Christians heard the word ekklesia, they would have thought of the congregation of believers, not a particular building where they met. Just for fun this week, get out your favorite Bible app and do a word search for the words home and house in the New Testament. You'll discover that homes were where the action was in the early days of the church. So many of the stories of Jesus' ministry and of the early church took place in the homes of believers. Jesus' public ministry began when Simon Peter invited him into his home. Here he healed Peter's mother-in-law and many of Peter's neighbors. Jesus' ministry often took him to the homes of both seekers and followers, like Mary and Martha, Zacchaeus, Simon the leper, and others, where he taught and healed. Can you imagine what it would have been like to have Jesus say, "I'm coming over to your house for dinner tonight"? The day will come, and I hope it is soon, when we will be able to meet together as a church family in the church building. But I think one of the things we can learn now is that it is important to make our faith something we live at home. May God bless you as you keep the faith.